Well friends, today we discover together the BSC 67 with elegant setup. A boat with an overall length of 6.70 and a width of 3.03 meters with inflated tubes, but perfectly trailerable when deflated. We will now take a walk on board to discover the setup. But as always, remember to leave a like on this video and comment with your opinion. Let's check it out together. At the stern, there are two structural platforms separated from the engine. Engine, which in this case features a Suzuki DF 175 AP, which is the recommended engine, together with the 150 horsepower one. But the maximum power reaches up to 200 horsepower. Let's see how inside the left platform there is the boarding ladder. Integrated and retractable boarding ladder with relative grab handle to facilitate exit from the water. And look here also at the width, and above all the platform is free from clutter. In this way walking is very comfortable. We can also take advantage of the presence of this strip covered in EVA synthetic teak, as well as the entire deck surface, to walk from one side to the other, and therefore exploit both platforms independently of each other. Considering that it is also possible to install a boarding ladder in the contralateral platform. Here we see the loading cap of the tank, with also the mooring cleat installed on the fiberglass coamings. Fiberglass coamings which also see a step to facilitate access on board. A good support surface to access on board from the moment that there is this very large C-shaped sofa with a fixed backrest. And the possibility of folding down the rear backrest, not only to expand the area where you can relax, but also to facilitate access on board. We also see here inside the left coaming the shower for rinsing in the stern area. And also look at the presence of the very large roll bar with awning which, look, allows shade up to the center of the hull. In this way relaxation is ensured on board. And we also have the awning which is perforated, which therefore allows us to be able to sail even at 25 knots, leaving the entire awning open. Plus the sofa is stowed inside. By opening the two side doors, there are two completely empty compartments. In this way we increase the storage space. Centrally there is the technical compartment with battery, systems, bilge pump and plenty of space to house the extensions and the table with the relative cushions. I'm talking about extensions and table, because in the center there is the possibility of creating a modular dinette by installing a fixed base with the table to have a convivial area for 6 people, because, look here, it's very comfortable. Furthermore, we can remove the base, lower the tabletop, and add a further extension with 2 cushions to have the only large stern sofa, which is well protected during navigation thanks to the large side backrests as we see here in the setup. And like I was telling you, we can further expand the space since we can fold down the stern backrest. The walking surface is free from clutter with an obligatory passage on the left side since the seat and console block is decentralized on the right. The seating block behind it also hides the external kitchen compartment with sink on the left, a large support surface and a storage compartment on the starboard side. At the front, there is the only bolster for 2 people which we can choose if leave it like this, in lumbar support mode, or fold it forwards to have a comfortable seat to be able to steer the boat. Below the driving position there is a large compartment with a dedicated hatch. Look here. In this way we can increase the storage space even further, and optionally it is also possible to install a refrigerator inside. I then sit at the helm. I see that it is easily reachable. There is the structural step at the bottom with the console, but we can fold the upper one to have a raised support when we steer in traditional sitting mode. There is a storage compartment, a very useful drawer for storing documents inside, and therefore making sure they are well dry and protected. The helm, as I was telling you, is easily reachable in front of us. No problems with the knees taking up space. The power throttle is on the starboard side, and here is the large console on a 6.70 meter boat which has all the equipment necessary for navigation with a central multifunction display. The computer supplied by Suzuki in this case with the engine, the stereo is on the left. And the on-off switch is arranged on 2 levels, with also the USB port and also integration of the USB Type-C. And here instead we have the USB socket and the aux cable for the stereo. At the bottom there is also a storage compartment with plexiglass protection to prevent them from slipping away during navigation. And at the top there is the compass clearly visible, easily reachable. Look at the width of the windshield here, clean to the eye but with aerodynamic curvatures. Even at the top there is an additional spoiler to prevent the flow of air from bothering us. And look here, I place the camera in front of my eyes. I am well protected, it reaches beyond my forehead and it is very comfortable to sail with such protection, especially when it comes to headwinds. On the sides of the command post there are these two comfortable grab handles to make it easier to hold and move to the bow. But also to be able to have support in case of rough seas because, look here, the console is decentralized. But there is a small side corridor to be able to pass on the starboard side anyway, and therefore be able to access quickly in case of maneuvering and mooring. We move instead to the left side where there is this large corridor, look here. The width makes movement on board very easy. There is also the steel profile that follows the front portion of the quarterdeck, which therefore allows us to have a firm grip at any time. As you can see, at any point of the boat we are well protected because there is the fiberglass coaming in the stern portion that reaches the height of my knee, while going further towards the bow it continues with the tubular. Orca neoprene tube you see practically at the same height, so we are always well recessed with the decking and can reach the bow area. The bow area features a single cedar armchair with a dedicated headrest in the front portion of the helm station which is stored inside. By lifting it we can access an internal compartment where we can store all our bags and equipment for the day, and leave the walking surface totally free of clutter, while at the front there is the very large sun deck for its category. Sun deck, which as you can see is free from clutter, with also the raised tubes. In this way they always give us full protection, and we can also use them as a headrest. And as I was telling you about safety, the handles installed here also come in our aid in the bow portion. The sun deck is also stored inside, and there is a stitching system provided by BSC which allows quick access to the lockers without necessarily having to remove all the cushions. There are two lockers towards the stern. There is a large central compartment with access also to the suspensions for hauling and launching operations, while at the front there is the compartment dedicated to the windlass. Windlass therefore hidden under the cushion but easily accessible and above all clearly visible from the control panel when we overturn the cushion. In this way, a single person can carry out all the maneuvering operations simply remaining on the control panel. And above all, we can take full advantage of the area of the bow because look, we also have this single-seater armchair obtained precisely from the design of the bow. And there is the support surface which is totally free from clutter. In this way I can simply get in and out without any kind of difficulty because as you can see, there are no obstacles. The bow setup is completed by the double cleat for mooring on one side and the other. And so dear friends, this is the BSC 67 with elegant setup. As always, if you liked the video, I invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Facebook page, leave a like and tag the people you think might be interested. And as always, for all the next videos, I'll always see you here on the C-Team.